Good morning, my friends. Today we are doing another What I Eat in a Day video. I'm taking you along with me for a full day of eating, and today I want to focus on fiber. Now, I'm not doing anything fancy. This isn't one of those I ate beans for a week type of video, and this is what happened. I already eat a lot of fiber, and I want to show you how easy it actually is to hit your fiber goals. The average American on a standard American diet is hitting nowhere near their fiber goals, and there's this huge trend with the carnivores and the high protein and the low fiber, and I just don't get it. I don't get it. Like, how are your bowel habits? Are you pooping okay? Are you all right? Like, I know a lot of people like rave and rant about how amazing these like high protein, low fiber diets are, and like they solved all their problems. But how long have you been on it? Like, the evidence is starting to show that long-term diets like these are leading to gut issues because you don't have that fiber moving around in there. So, are you okay? Let's start eating. It's breakfast time. I will count the fiber along the way. I'll show you how many grams in each meal and how many we total at the end of the day, and show you just how easy it actually is to eat a high fiber diet and how good it makes you feel, because fiber is amazing. Fiber is my favorite thing. Breakfast today is one of my current oatmeal fixations. I love starting my day with oats, and this is a new combination that I have been eating very often. So I start with frozen riced cauliflower, which is not new for me, but the frozen spinach in a sweet oatmeal is new. So I got cauliflower, spinach, oats, cinnamon, and water going into this pot, along with a whole bunch of frozen cherries and berries. I put it on the stove and I cook it down until everything is combined and hot and cooked through. Mixed in a tablespoon of flaxseed, and then poured it into my bowl. This combination sounds weird, I know, but I absolutely love it. I'm just obsessed. And then I top it off with a tablespoon of peanut butter, which I do measure using my scale because it's super easy for me to go overboard on peanut butter. So we're measuring. This breakfast is loaded with tons of fiber from these plant ingredients. We total out around 19.5 grams by the time this bowl is done, which is actually really close to what the daily minimum requirement is. So I'm hitting that in my first meal of the day. Snuck outside to get a little bit of sunshine because it's actually a nice day, but I just wanted to remind you all that I have been eating this way for a very long time. So my fiber intake may not be where your fiber intake is right now, and that's okay. Just remember that this is for entertainment and educational purposes. I'm not here to give you medical advice, although I do want to mention two important things when you're trying to up your fiber intake. And the first thing is that if you are not eating a lot of fiber, do not jump through the roof with the fiber intake overnight. Everybody knows that person, or maybe you are that person that is like, I just can't eat beans because it gives me gas, it makes me bloated, I have stomach cramping. That's because you're eating too much too soon, and your gut microbiome is not ready to help you digest those things. And so you have negative outcomes from that. So if you want to increase your fiber, and you should want to increase your fiber because of all the benefits it gives you, then you need to do it gradually and slowly. So listen to your body as you're doing this. Increase the portion sizes. Maybe add like a tablespoon of chia to a meal, or a quarter cup of beans or something like that, and then that's it. And see how you feel. If you're feeling gassy and bloated, you need to back off. If you're feeling great, then you can continue with that and slowly add in until you're reaching ultimately what your fiber goal is going to be for you. The other thing that I want to mention is that fiber loves water. So you are going to have those negative effects, that constipation, bloating, gas pains, all those like things that people think about when they eat too much fiber, if you don't drink water, because fiber needs the water to actually form that bulk in your system. And if your GI system is as dry as a desert, it's going to just get blocked up and it's going to cause you issues. So you need that water to help carry the fiber through your gut. Just came in from working out in my garden, and I'm going to work on a little bit of prep for lunch. I'm not super hungry, but I want to have it ready for when I am hungry. So I'm going to chop up some veggies, and I kind of need to go shopping. So I'm kind of working with leftovers here, but I decided I have enough to make some decent spring rolls. So I'm going to make spring rolls for lunch. I have some leftover tofu. I have some leftover brown rice from dinner last night. I've got some peppers and a cucumber that's like really needs to get eaten and some greens. So I'm going to just cut all that up, throw it into spring rolls, and make like a really quick peanut butter sauce to go with it. And that's lunch. I also am finishing up my creatine. I drink this every day, but I don't always show it in these videos. For the peanut butter sauce, I'm not really actually measuring or following any kind of directions here. I'm just going to add in powdered peanut butter, some of our homemade sambal, ginger, some rice wine vinegar, and coconut aminos, a little bit of water, and then we'll whisk this up and taste it and adjust. I'm making a double batch for my hubby, and I want a little bit more protein than what the leftover tofu was, so I'm going to add a little bit of edamame in here as well. So I'm just going to heat up this rice tofu edamame and mix it up real good, and then add in our fresh stuff. To make these spring rolls, I just ran my rice paper underneath hot water in my sink for a little bit until it started to soften up, and then I'm just layering everything inside, just like I was making a burrito or a wrap or something like that. So lettuce, and then that rice mixture with the tofu. All of my fresh veggies went in there, the cucumbers, carrots, and peppers. And if I had fresh herbs, that is what this was missing. I love fresh herbs in my spring rolls. It just takes it up a whole nother level. And then when you wrap these, you're just going to roll them just like you would a burrito. Tuck in the sides and then give it a little bit of pressure as you're pulling and rolling. The rice paper can rip really easily if you're too rough, so you want to be gentle, but you also want to add enough pressure so that everything's just not loose and flopping around. For a side, I grabbed some of the leftover veggies from my stir fry last night, and here is my lunch. The total fiber for this meal was 11.6 grams. If you're curious, I'm using the Snap Calorie app to track this. It is a free app. I'm finding it pretty easy to use, and I like it because I am not a calorie tracker in general. If you've been here, I didn't lose my weight by tracking calories. It just never stuck with me. It wasn't a habit that I could maintain. And so this app is kind of nice because you just snap a picture and it uses AI to generate your calories. And it's supposed to be a pretty accurate one. It also gives you the option to type in like what's on your plate and the sizes and things like that. So you can adjust it to make sure that it's right. And I know it's probably not 100% right, but for my purposes, it's good enough. It's time to caffeinate. There's no fiber in this. Homemade cold brew. And a splash of soy. It's my favorite part of the day. So why is fiber important? Why do we even want to increase our fiber? Why is fiber becoming more of a thing this year? To get more into the science of it, I just watched a really awesome YouTube video that really broke it down and made it simple to understand. So I'm going to tag that for you here so you can go watch that after you watch this video. But basically, once you have the fiber numbers under your belt and you have been eating a fiber-filled diet for some time, you start to reap the long-term benefits of a high fiber diet. And when you think of a high fiber diet, you probably think of digestion, right? It's great for digestion. It gives you regular bowel movements. It makes you feel good. But why do we want these regular bowel movements? The fiber in our body is fueling the gut microbiome, the little guys that live in your intestines. You have a whole ecosystem that lives in your intestines, and different types of food fuels those bacteria in different ways. So fiber-filled diet, a diet full of soluble and insoluble fibers, is going to feed those good bacteria and promote the growth of these healthy, good bacteria in your gut over time. So the longer you eat the fiber, the better your microbiome is going to be. And by having a nice, healthy, flourishing microbiome, you get to reap the benefits. And that includes regular bowel movements. Have you had a good bowel movement? I mean, you know the difference between a good bowel movement and a crappy one, right? A crappy one feels pretty crappy, but a good one, you feel good afterwards. And sorry if this is too graphic for you, but I can talk poop all day long. I'm a nurse. Like, yeah, we'll leave it at that. But beyond your digestion, a long-term fiber-filled diet is also going to promote high energy and consistent energy over time. The fiber in your system is slowing down your digestion. You're able to absorb things better. And because of that, the food that you're eating, the fuel you're eating, is getting absorbed better. That healthy gut flora that you've built is going to leave you with better energy, with more mental clarity. It's going to build up your metabolism. It's going to decrease your glucose spikes. It's going to make you feel more full and more satisfied for longer periods of time before meals. And it also boosts your immune system. If you have a healthy gut, you have a healthy body. It reflects in your skin. It reflects in other aspects of your life. And it all comes from the fiber, the plant food that you're eating, because you're not finding fiber in any animal products. And the base of the American diet is animal products. And so just incorporating more of these fiber-filled plant foods is going to have a huge effect on your health in the long term. So watch that video that I tagged for you. I'll put it in the description box below so that you don't have to go searching through the video again for it. But definitely give that a watch. It's super helpful in understanding the science behind why fiber is important. And I hope that this video is giving you some ideas on how to easily incorporate more plant foods into your diet. I just pulled out a few things to get myself in the right mindset for dinner. I've got potatoes, I've got zucchini, and I have beans. And that is essentially going to be my dinner tonight. So I am still, at the time of filming this, it is towards the end of March, and we have been doing a Back to Basics challenge in my community, the Kindness Crew community, and it has been going super well. So this month I have been focusing on getting rid of the highly processed foods and really focusing on just simple ingredients and not overcomplicating our meals. And it has been amazing for my mental capacity here because I don't have to think about it. I'm basically just throwing together ingredients and calling it dinner. And it has been amazing. I feel much lighter. I feel really good. And maybe it has to do with all the extra fiber that I'm eating because I had to replace those processed things with something, and it was probably more fiber. So keep your eye out for that. I'm going to be doing a wrap-up video to tell you the results of that challenge that we've done. And if you want to be part of future challenges, don't forget to join my community on the YouTube channel. We have a private Facebook community where we do different challenges and Q&As and all kinds of fun things every single month. Just support each other, cheer each other on, and lift each other up. It is a great time. So what am I actually doing with these ingredients, you may ask? That is a good question. I'm going to bake the potatoes. I'm going to roast the zucchinis, probably with some onions. And I'm going to probably make the beans into some kind of barbecue style bean. I don't know exactly how that's happening yet. I might Google a recipe for some quick inspiration, or maybe I'll just use whatever barbecue sauce I have in my fridge. Depends on the moment. TBD. It's been such a beautiful day that I've been putting off my actual strength workout that I've been scheduled, but no more. We are getting it done. Time to work out. Now that my quads are destroyed, let's make dinner. So for the beans, I decided to just do a seasoned bean. It's gonna be very delicious, I'm sure. So I'm just gonna caramelize or cook up some onions. I have them on the stove now, and I'm gonna season them with a little Italian seasoning, smoked paprika, garlic, and chicken broth, vegan chicken broth. And then we're just gonna let that simmer all together, maybe add a little bit of nooch and the beans. And I think that's just gonna be delicious tonight. So we're gonna have that. I'm about to chop up the zucchini and we're gonna roast that probably, it's already 5:30, so I'm gonna do that in the air fryer because I want this to come together quickly. And I already baked the potatoes in the oven at 400 for, it was almost an hour because the potatoes are pretty big, just until they were cooked through. And that is gonna be dinner. If I feel motivated, I might make some of my tofu sour cream for the baked potatoes, but we will see where the mood takes me. So I have 4 zucchinis and a bunch of red onion in here. I'm gonna season it with the Trader Joe's 21 Season Salute and a little bit of nooch, and I'm gonna roast this at we'll do air fry 375. It'll probably end up needing probably 20 to 25 minutes. I'll toss it a few times throughout, and that's as simple as that's gonna be. I took the tray out of the bottom of this, and I am not afraid of loading up my air fryer because I don't really care too much if these get crispy, so it's okay to like pile them in. I have the onions all cooked up. They're nice and soft in there. I just cooked them with a bit of water, and now I'm going to add the seasonings and the beans and everything. So we're doing garlic powder, smoked paprika, and Italian seasoning. And then we're gonna add in about 3/4 of a cup of broth. I use the Frontier Co-op brand. I just buy it in bulk and then fill up these jars. Start with 3/4 of a cup of the broth. Get that all nice and combined in there. Adding in our beans. And we're just gonna let this simmer for a little while. Oh, and also adding a tablespoon of nooch to this too. Our beans have been simmering for about 10-ish minutes and they look pretty tasty. I want to be able to pour this over my potatoes, and I want the sauce to be a little bit thicker, so I'm going to add in just a little slurry I made of cornstarch and water to thicken up the sauce. So that broth is more saucy than brothy, so we'll give that a quick little simmer to thicken up, and then this will be ready to eat. You got a nice thick sauce there. This would be great over potatoes or toast if you like that. And these turned out really delicious. I'm going to leave the recipe down in the description for you in case you want to make them too. I don't actually feel like making the tofu sour cream, but I like having a batch of it on hand, and I'm already making a mess in the kitchen, so I might as well just prep it. My blender is currently not working, so I'm going to do this with an immersion blender right in the container, which actually has been pretty convenient. I've been using my immersion blender so much more now that my blender's kind of out of commission, and I don't hate it. So it's working out pretty well. Only thing is, when I'm doing it this way, I gotta like chop up the tofu a little bit first, otherwise the blender it's just hard to blend when it's not in the container, you know? So chop up the tofu a little bit first, and then I'm just gonna add all the ingredients into here and just blend it up with the immersion blender. This recipe is in my saucy ebook. It's also available on my blog because I eat it and make it so much that I just wanted to make it available for you guys. So it's on there. I'll link that below too. I'm not actually going to measure anything for this because I make it so much. I just go by feel now. Apple cider vinegar, nooch, garlic, miso. Usually I do lemon and apple cider vinegar, but again, I don't actually feel like doing this and I'm being lazy, so I'm just going to use all apple cider vinegar for the acid, but it is better with the lemon. A little extra salt and a little bit of water. So this looks pretty good. It took me like 2 minutes to make. So definitely worth it. I use this stuff for literally everything. Today I'm putting it on my baked potatoes, but I'll use it on like tacos or taco bowls. Sometimes I even add like some seasonings into it and turn it into like a ranch or like a dill dip in a pinch, and it's just delicious. So highly recommend if you haven't tried it. And if you have tried it, because I've mentioned it like a million times, let me know down below if you like it or not. Here's my actual plate that I ended up eating for dinner. I had one of those large baked potatoes, tons and tons of the zucchini and the onion, and then a couple hefty scoops of those nice saucy beans that I just made. Topped it with a nice sprinkle of red pepper flakes, and this meal totaled out at around 16 grams of fiber. I've absolutely been loving simple meals like this where you just make a couple simple things and throw it together and then it's done. And that is going to wrap up my full day of eating. I hit 47 grams of fiber today, and that's without any planning ahead. That's just my normal day that I just tracked out to see what I was hitting. And if you eat lots of plant foods, you're not going to have any trouble hitting your fiber goals. So remember, slow and steady if you're a beginner, but otherwise, focus on those plant foods. A wide diversity will do you good. All the dogs are out talking apparently. I hope you enjoyed this video and got something out of it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! To celebrate the launch of my new Sam Cooks Creamies ebook, all of my books are currently 25% off. Grab your copy today.